Hello, baseball fans. Welcome to another episode of Sixth Inning Stretch. He's Whit. I'm Lindsay, and we're coming to you from the Sports Interaction Studio. And Whit, they freaking did it. They won the ALDS, knocking down the Yankees. How are we doing today?
I'm happy for you. Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for my guys. Happy for the city of Toronto. Good for you guys. I'm sure there wasn't any team that you would rather beat than the Yankees. So I know the city's excited, and I'm pumped for y'all.
I'm going to stop you right now because the whole country is freaking excited.
That's what I meant.
Let me get at right now. Let me go on a little tangent because I know sometimes you will go at it. But I know they have not won the World Series. But for me, them beating the Yankees in the Yankee Stadium, and for the mofos that booed our anthem, I am so happy to stay in Yankee Stadium and eat it. Well, they celebrated. Okay, now I'm done. I'm so pumped right now, guy.
They booed the anthem?
Oh, real bad games, 3 and 4. And I will say I was there for 1 and 2 for the Jays game. There might have been like maybe 10 boos. They did boo the anthem at the beginning of the year. We will not get into why. But come on. Suck it.
I think they were booing you. I don't think they were booing Canada. I think they were booing you.
Yeah, okay.
Or you and Trudeau. That's who they were booing.
Well, it's now me and probably Mark Carney, the new Prime Minister of Canada. But still, if that's the case, suck it because the Jays won in your turf.
That's not my turf. New York's not my turf.
No, not you. I'm not telling you to suck it. I'm telling the fans that did it. No, wait, we're good. I would not tell you to do that. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling the fans that did that.
We matched today, by the way. How about that?
We do. And you know what? I can tell that you have not been able to sleep. You've been so excited about this because not only did you not get a haircut, you didn't shave your face, and you didn't wear a golf shirt. You were unhinged today.
Yeah. No, my daughter's yelling about breakfast in there. And so, yeah, it's just another day in the Merrifield household.
What did you make for breakfast?
She only eats this little like chicken sausage patty and watermelon. That's about all she's got in there. She's a horrible eater. And you gotta chase her around and distract her and try to get a bite. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And that was what I was just doing before I was talking to you. So I'm a little spent at the moment, but we'll get it back.
This segment is presented by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction, Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Extensive betting options. We have player props, futures, and more. And Whit, Jays, and ALCS. What do you got for us?
Well, I like the futures right now, the exact outcomes. We don't know who the Jays are going to play yet in the championship series. We can cross that bridge when we get there on those bets, but the exact outcome for the World Series they have up right now, and I think the Jays and the Dodgers are going to be in the World Series. So what you can do is you can take the Jays to beat the Dodgers at plus 675, which I think you can put a little bit more money on that one, and then you can combat it with the Dodgers to beat the Jays if you want to get safe. You can pick both of those and still make money. The Dodgers to beat the Jays right now is at plus 425. So if you want to make some guaranteed money, bet more on the Jays because you're cheering for the Jays, but sprinkle a little bit on the Dodgers to beat the Jays. You'll walk away with money. Everybody will be happy. Blue Jays win, you'll be even more happy. That's the bet I would take.
I like it. Who doesn't love money? Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino has you covered with pitch-by-pitch live betting and easy deposits and payouts. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Go to sportsinteraction.com/DJN to open an account. This is in Ontario only. You have to be 19 or older. And remember to please play responsibly. Yeah, we'll get it back because you know what? Let's get right into it. It's time for Extra Innings. There's so many great videos and moments that have happened within the last week, but we will celebrate a couple that happened within the last 24 hours. I think you know what we're going to start off with. We're going to start off with the Blue Jays celebrating in the clubhouse. I watched the Fox broadcast and just take a listen. And if you listen real close, they're playing the Yankees celebration song of Frankie Blue Eyes Sinatra, New York, New York, the ultimate troll job.
Look at Ernie Davis, both with their shirts off. Surprise, surprise.
You hear the music they're playing? It's New York, New York. It's woo, baby.
There's George with his shirt off. Yeah, that's the standard Hunter, which is pretty sure on Hunter.
Yeah. I think as soon as they won, the tarps were up and they were just celebrating, buddy.
Yeah, that's great. I love the jabs. I've never been. I was always taught, and it always seems to register, resonate. Like if you talk crap or talk smack or say some stuff or do some stuff like before the game is over, before the series is over, it always seems to come back and bite you. So I've always been under the impression that you don't say anything until after like you play a team for the last time in the year. And they, there was some stuff with the Yankees back and forth all year, and so I'm sure tensions were building, but I love that they let it all out there at the end.
Oh, did they ever? And then the Fox broadcast, honestly, 10 out of 10, because I felt that they were balanced a lot of times when there's an American broadcast and the Jays, like, they'll usually just crap on the team or not know the names, which most of the players are American. But I love this interaction that went viral between Vladdy and Big Papi. I hate saying that, such a weird thing to say, but I don't know if you saw this clip, but it's a wonderful little moment of the jabs continuing.
Dale, the Yankee lose. The Yankee lose. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, let's do it again. The Yankees lose.
I love Derek. Derek has no idea what to do. He has no idea how to react to that.
When I saw that happen, like, okay, Vladdy's going for it, because there's been the subtle jabs that have happened over the last couple of years between him talking about he loves hitting home runs out of Yankee Stadium, and that he like jokingly said how his favorite place and team to beat is the Yankees. But he handled it well, exactly like you said. Don't say anything while you're in this series or before. He said he loves to play against any team. So when he did that, my throat hurts today because I was screaming. I was laughing so hard. They're having fun.
Yeah, he is. He does not like the Yankees, and I don't know if it stems back to something that happened with his father. I never got to the root of it, and I'm not even sure he has the root of it, but he does not like the Yankees, and he loves hitting there. He loves playing the Yankees, but he does not like the Yankees, and he was locked in that series. It was fun to watch, and he and Big Father had a fun little moment there.
I'm gonna now call him Big Father too. It just feels way less awful. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is I think, when you were in Toronto, you probably realized that the Toronto Maple Leafs, for the most part, they're king. It could be the middle of summer and there's a huge thing happening. Somehow, the Leafs will make the headlines and they'll be the top headline. But yesterday, the Toronto Maple Leafs had their home opener. And 45 minutes after the game, this was the crowd watching the Yankees and Jays play. That is a huge moment, and I know from coast to coast there was parties, people watching this, but the fact that Leafs fans stayed, like, you would have felt it. I've been covering the Leafs in person and the Jays for 10 years. I've never seen so many people stay, and I also have not seen them broadcast another sport on the Jumbotron in between intermissions and stuff. Everyone was locked in and so excited. Like, basically, the parade's already happening. The celebration's happening. We beat the Yankees. I don't care.
It's a big celebration. I mean, you play the Yankees in the postseason, it feels like almost like the World Series. So, especially when you're AL East rivals. So that was cool. I hope they had their concession stands open and we're still selling beer. And if so, I don't know. I wouldn't leave either.
Now let's get to real talk. We had that emergency little mini pod discussing games 1 and 2. Thank you for everyone that listened and waited on that. But we have not talked about game 3 and 4. Let's just start off on game 4. Bullpen came. They went through 8 pitchers. Louis Varland, he got the start. What was your impressions and kind of reaction to how they managed to win in game 4?
It was awesome for Louis after giving up the big homer to Judge, which, I mean, you can say it was on Louis if you want, but I mean, if you dig into the numbers and all the people that have talked about the pitch that he hit, like that's the only pitch that pitch has never been hit for a homer in the StatCast era.
It's a great pitch. He made it look bad.
I think it's just the the hitter of our generation having a moment, and Louis just happened to be the one that was on the other end of it. So, but I love that he got back out there and had a great start to the game for the Jays. And bullpen games are hard. They're hard for the other team because you don't get to get into a groove of the game and kind of see the same guy. So it's a difficult thing as an offense. And the Blue Jays pitchers never really gave the Yankees a chance to get a spark, get anything going. I don't think they had a runner in score position until the 6th or 7th inning. The Yankees didn't. They had the solo homer, but solo homers, the old saying, solo homers don't kill you. So, I mean, that was just it was exactly what they needed, exactly what they planned for that game, and the offense continued to do what the offense does and do enough, take advantage of mistakes that the Yankees continue to make, and came out all said and done, came out on top.
Whit, what a time to start a Blue Jays podcast. I'm going to say top 10 brilliant ideas of yours.
We'll take, well, it wasn't my idea, but I'm
happy to say that you would do it.
Oh yeah. I'm happy to hop on and take credit for all the Jays success this year. So
yeah, kudos.
You guys are welcome.
Shout out to you, Whit. It has been so long since we did a shout out. Shout out to you.
Shout out to me.
And I'm
sure Snyder and Ross love that we're here talking about them, but it's all right. Love you guys.
When you bring them up, the Fox crew cannot say Mark Shapiro's name right. Their life depended on it. They kept saying Shapiro and then giving him the wrong title, which made me laugh. So the Blue Jays fan base listening or anybody from the franchise, we know what to say his name. Shapiro. Just saying. We're here. We're supporting them. This show is brought to you by Simply Spiked. Now picture this, extra innings, the Blue Jays are battling it out and you're hanging with your friends just soaking it all in. Those are the moments you wish you could last forever, right? That's exactly when I love cracking open a Simply Spiked. They've got 3 flavors, Simply Spiked Lemonade, Simply Spiked Peach, and the newest one in the roster, Simply Spiked Limeade. Perfectly sweet and tart and all 5% alcohol, made with real fruit juice and seriously refreshing. I've been loving Simply Spiked Limeade while we've all been screaming at that extra innings drama. Simply Spiked has been bringing the juiciness since launching in Canada back in 2023, made with natural ingredients and, like I mentioned, real fruit juice. Grab a variety pack so you can sample them all. They're perfect for game nights, hangouts, or anytime you want to make that moment last. Pick up Simply Spiked at your local liquor store and enjoy responsibly. Must be legal drinking age, and always remember to celebrate responsibly. But I am losing my mind and I'm going to have so many random thoughts today. But can I review something that happened with Derek Jeter during the broadcast? So I don't know if you heard it. He actually said he owes the Jays an apology. He didn't know how good they were as a team. Many teams that have bigger names, excluding Vladdy in terms of playing together, not many teams are better. And I know we've discussed this on this podcast, but my gosh, it was a full team effort, all 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, we talked about this a month ago, 2 months ago, when the Blue Jays were going really good, that there was going to be a time where they weren't playing that good. So when they're going through the tough stretch, remember that they're still this team. It's just how baseball works. So they've been that team most of the year. They've gone through some tough stretches, but they're still that team. And the fact that they've been able to put that together for the first part of this playoffs and play their best baseball is what you're looking for in a good team. So, I mean, it's not, it's not the Yankees. It's not a bunch of big names stacked up together that don't really have. I heard him talk about it last night on the broadcast after the game. They don't have the right roster makeup. They don't have the cohesion of a roster. They have some big names, but they're kind of all out of place. So the Blue Jays don't have that. They have guys that kind of fit all the molds that you need for a good team, and you got to have that. But you also got to have guys play up to their capabilities. If you want to have a good year and you want to make a long run, and I mean, for this team to be good, they had to have Bo, Vladdy, George, Kirky, in my opinion, have good years, and they've all had incredible years. And then you have to have some contributions from guys, and between Lukey and Ernie and Dalton. I mean, Dalton was going to be a staple just because of his defense anyway, but the fact that he's been able to put it together offensively this year is, I mean, they're all those guys are big reasons why they are where they are. And then you have some pitchers stay healthy, and they've been healthy for the most part. So, yeah, it's all that kind of comes together and makes your team good, whether you have big names or not. So, shout out to G's for acknowledging that.
I know I lost it as a Jays fan. I'm like, Derek Jeter is issuing an apology to the team that I love. So absolutely not being professional right now. But I know they also gave so much credit to Vladdy in games 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I really appreciated. And yes, like he's a generational player, but watching him and Aaron Judge kind of duke it out for me was magical to watch as a baseball fan, as a retired baseball player. What was it like to see both of them kind of step up?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge is our generation's Barry Bonds without the help. He's incredible. I mean, he's just an incredible hitter. It's incredible because he continues to do it year after year after year. I don't know how much longer he can keep up the pace he's at, but I said that last year and I said that the year before. So it really is just incredible. And Vladdy's got that in the tank too. It's hard to say someone can do what Judge is doing offensively, but if there's anybody in the league that can do it, we have two guys in our league, Shohei and Vladdy, that can do it. So Vladdy hadn't quite tapped into that for a full year yet. I mean, I think we saw in this series that it's in there, but he's still a baby. So that's why watching those two duke it out, like the kind of the seasoned vet and the salty rookie, I guess you would say, because he's not a rookie, not a rookie. I should say salty young guy, because he's been around for a long time, but he's still a baby.
He is, and I love how salty he is. It's just so much fun when they're winning. I like all for it, but other than that, I like that he toned it down so he knew better. There was a moment where Addison got stuck between first and second. Did you see that back and forth? He almost got back and didn't get out on first, but it happened a couple times in the series with different players. But what is it like as a player to be stuck in kind of like that monkey in the middle scenario?
Well, it depends on the situation. I mean, like if you get picked off or something, it sucks because then you're just like fighting for your life. He was just kind of that was a double play that there was nothing he could do about it. So he just was doing the best he could to make something happen. They actually teach you to try to, like, if the guy's running at you and he throws it, to try to turn and run into him. Because if you bump the guy, it's interference, you get the next base. So they teach you as the defender, so when you throw it, be sure you peel off. But as the base runner, you're trying to bump into a guy or, maybe get in the way, get a helmet on the ball. Or somehow beat someone back to the bag, and the Yankees almost screwed that up. And I was watching the Cubs game, and the Cubs in Milwaukee almost did the same thing, except the guy was going home. And if he had kept going home, I think he'd have been safe. But that's a different topic. But yeah, it's nobody ever wants to be in a rundown like that. But sometimes it's important based on the situation of the game. You're trying to get in a rundown, like first and third. Less than 2 outs. If you're the runner on third, you want to go home, and hopefully they throw it home and try to get a rundown to keep the double play from happening. Stuff like that. So, but it's never you don't really ever seem to come out on top when you do that. But when you do, it's like
the hero.
Yeah.
Like we would have been running that highlight all day. Like it was so close. I love watching that, but I would hate to be the player that's actually stuck in that scenario.
Well, you don't ever have to be, so don't worry about it.
I play softball. You never know. Although,
you're gonna play men's league softball?
Yeah, I'm not sober when I play it though. It's
I wouldn't draft you.
Shut up, Whit. I wouldn't draft you either. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna get into this right now. We know that Vladdy is a big deal. Everyone knows that, but he's also got his own big deal over at Pizza Pizza. Now at Pizza Pizza, you can get Vladdy's big deal, which is a 3-topping double extra large pizza for only $19.99. How big is double extra large, you ask? 18 inches, 8 massive slices, only $19.99 over at Pizza Pizza. And a fun fact, Vladdy told Pizza Pizza he loves cheese pizza. Don't wait, swing by Pizza Pizza today or order on the Pizza Pizza app or online at pizzapizza.ca. Pizza Pizza, because everyone deserves pizza. I'm not going to get into it. But I do want to talk a little bit about Addison because something happened in game 3 where, he bobbled that catch in the outfield. People saying it was Davis's fault, his fault. Just as somebody that loved playing the outfield so much. They won now, so I know we don't really need to talk about it, but it happened in game 3 and we got to recap it. What do you think?
Yeah, that was, when it comes down to it, it was probably Davis's fault. He should have ended up calling him off, but it was a little bit on Barger too, because one, he's the one that missed the catch, but the way as you're taught as an infielder to go back, and you're supposed to go back at an angle, and when you turn your shoulders square to home plate, it means you're settled under it. So if you do it early, the outfielder doesn't want to just keep coming in and bang into you. He thinks when you square your shoulders, it means I got it, like no problem, like get out of the way, like I got it. And he did that fairly early, so Davis saw that and kind of pulled up, and then it was kind of a windy day, and you see the wind take the ball. So there's a little bit of fault on both of them. I personally thought it was strange that they put Barger in that early, especially with the lead. I thought, with the lead, defense is kind of the priority here. Maybe wait, if you're going to put him in, wait till later on to get him a pinch hit. I get from both sides, but to me, it was a little bit of a move that didn't necessarily need to be made. But I know he felt terrible about that, but he came back and had a great game 4. So had a chance to make up for it. And it's a tough deal because I'm sure he thought he had it.
Yeah.
And the wind just took it. And when that happens, it's full panic mode going on in your head. But it never fails. Like when something like that happens, the other team's going to get a hit. Like if you're on deck and there's 2 outs and the guy in front of you reaches on an error, you're getting a hit. Like it's inevitable. Just like Jazz in game 4. Booted that ball. Lukey came up and got a hit. By the way.
Do it.
Love seeing that from Jazz.
I
Love seeing that. Definitely didn't hate seeing that at all. As a not cheer for the Blue Jays or the Yankees or anybody in particular, but some people you just some stuff happens and you just makes you smile. And that was one of those times.
I thought if he was going to message you, like, I'll just see if you bring it up when we're talking today. Because when he did hit the home run, I was pissed. But then, like, we've talked about Nathan Lukey on here, like 10-year minor league player. Just going in Yankee Stadium, having that huge moment in the 7th. I know people were kind of frustrated. Like, I think it was game 3. They're like, why wasn't he in earlier? But lived up to that moment. And it's just, I'm so happy for them. And we talk about, like, additions to this team, such a difference from last year. But I don't know how much you were able to kind of zone in on Jimenez and Tony Tater's performance. And if you have any comments or anything on that.
I would say they were the 2 guys on the team that didn't play up to their potential. And both of them are new to the team, and that can be difficult first year on a new team. So there, in my opinion, there's a little bit of grace there, but and then Santander was hurt a lot of the time, and I think Jimenez was hurt a little bit too, right? So there's a little bit of that, but those guys didn't have great years, but both of them had big contributions in round 1. So it doesn't, again, like the regular season's great to put up numbers and to generate trust with your coaches, your team, your fan base, whatever. It doesn't matter what you do there. It's all about what you do in October. All about what you do in October. Who cares if you hit 300 with 30 in the regular season? If you don't get a hit in October, if you play like crap in October, all about what you do in October. So, I think there's there's still now there's even more time for them to make a name for themselves with the Blue Jays, and Both of them are great players. I've seen both of them do amazing things. So it's a scary team. It's a really scary team.
I love that. I cheer for a scary team and that I'm unhinged. I'm so sorry, Whit. I told you I was bringing weird energy today because I've not slept. I'm just so happy. But there was a decision that happened in Game 3 that Jays Nation was pretty fired up with on social media, including some former Blue Jays players. And it was the fact that Shane Bieber was pulled after 53 pitches in Game 3. And I know they've went on to win. They've advanced. So I don't know how much you want to get into this. But just seeing that happen, were you surprised that he got pulled so quickly?
No. I mean, look, like I like Schneider. I like Schneider as a dude. I think he's a good dude. We've had our differences from a managerial standpoint. Some of the moves that he's made that when I was on the team, and now this year that I've been kind of following the team a little bit more than last year. But this was like, I don't think this was an issue. I mean, I kind of liked it, honestly. You're up 6-1. I think it was 6-1 when he came out. Mm-hmm. It was yeah. So you got a chance to end the series right here, and Bieber didn't seem like he was missing a lot of bats at the time. He didn't seem like he was his normal self. He wasn't really locating as he normally does, and guys didn't seem to be fooled with this stuff. So you got a 5-run cushion, and you got a chance to bring in your bullpen and close the series right now. I like the move. I mean, frankly, I thought it was the right move, and yeah, it leaves if you do it, they do it coming back and winning, which they did. It leaves Game 4 with a little bit slimmer margin for error. But you got if you'd have lost Game 4, you got the next day as an off day for everybody to kind of regather themselves. So I think it was the right move. I don't think it was controversial at all, frankly. So yeah, that's my take on it.
People need to talk about stuff online. We also need to talk about stuff on podcasts. So you're going to just answer that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Well, I'm so 2025, it's sick.
I don't think they say sick in 2025 though. That's and don't ask me what they say.
So 2025, it's I don't even know what a new word is.
I don't either because you brought up.
I learned about this. The 6-7 thing, not like.
You got nice jugs. That's what I'm seeing out of that right now.
Yeah, there's a 6-7 thing that people are doing now, which means like someone compared it to something of our generation. It just means nothing apparently. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but now I can be hip with it. Bring up the number 6 and 7 at some point in this podcast, and I'll do this.
Okay, I'm going to make that. Right now, it just looks like you're talking about the fact that you have some nice jugs. Something else you brought up last podcast that I did not understand because I am not online for the most part. Aura fishing.
Is that this guy?
Yep. You do that?
That guy is sick. I have seen that guy. I'm hip enough to see that guy.
What is it? And what the hell did you just do?
It's this little like kid like Vietnamese or some kid that's on like a long paddle boat. It looks like they're racing, and they put this little kid at the end of the boat, like he's like steering the ship, but he's just like dancing. And he's got these like big old like Oakleys on, and like got like a bandana on, and he's just vibing on the end of the ship. It's pretty swaggy. It's pretty swaggy.
You just said that. Oh,
pretty swaggy
for the youth that listen to this podcast.
How do we get to aura farming?
I don't know.
Aura farming.
Because you were doing the comparison to you having big jugs, which is 6-7, and I had no idea what you're talking about, and I still don't.
We've gotten off script here.
Yeah, we got off script. When we talk about script, I don't think a lot of people have Max Scherzer not making the ALDS roster. I know a lot of people that cover the team that are there, and they're very analytic based, and they follow the team. They thought he was a shoo-in. Him not being on the roster, I know Bassett was dealing with some lower back injury. When you saw the roster come out, what did you think of it?
Again, I think this was the right move. It's it was probably him or Lauer, frankly, like to be kind of a long guy, long guy slash fourth guy. And then when you look at who you're playing and where you're playing, you'd rather have the lefty in there and make some guys make it a little uncomfortable for their lefties, and then if they have a switch hitter, make them hit right because of the short porch Yankees have in right field. So Scherzer comes in right on left. It's easier to hook that ball over that 300-foot fence in right field. So that was in my guess. I don't know, like Scherzer, how he's feeling health-wise. But if I had to guess, that would be the main reason, because Lauer's been throwing a little better, and it makes that short porch a little harder to get to.
Well, also not on that. We knew that was going to happen. And I remember for game 1, when I was on the field, I was doing a live hit and he was out there throwing with a brace on his knee still. He wasn't really running. We saw him jogging on the bases before game 4 in New York. But after the game, he said yesterday when they won, he said, I've made a lot of progress recently, so I'm optimistic about his chances of being there for the upcoming series. He says, I still have some hurdles to clear, but I'm optimistic. I've got to run a little bit faster, but I'm feeling better every day. Like, to me, they did this without Bo Bichette is also just magical. But what could he add if feeling better?
Yeah, they're going to have a decision to make for sure. If he's able to do something, I think there's a chance that they put him on the roster and don't start him, at least right away. Have him on the bench, for a pinch hit late in the game or something like that. That's probably the route if he does end up on the roster that they would be my guess. I don't think you're just going to throw him out there to play short after he hasn't played in a month with a bad knee. So that's probably what they're thinking. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure. I've talked to Bo, but we haven't talked about his health. Because I always thought that was so annoying when someone's hurt. Everybody and their mother's asking you how you're feeling. I try to avoid that when people are hurt. I just try to talk to them about other stuff. So we have talked, but I have not asked him how he's feeling. So we'll see. I'm interested to see. You never know, but you never know what's really going on with the player's injury, especially this time of year. I'll say that. If you think you have no idea. So I don't want to speculate on what's going on with his knee. I would just say that if he does make the roster, he's probably going to be a bench bat, which is a great bench bat to have.
Hell yeah. Hey, did anyone FaceTime you after from the clubhouse celebration? You probably were sleeping.
Asleep.
Yeah, I thought so. What goes to
I'll call them today and see how they're doing. They're probably
sleeping.
Probably just getting back in, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. We're taping at 9 a.m. They're absolutely just getting back in. I want to read you a quote from a Canadian journalist. I'm going to use that in quotations. They said, when it comes to the Blue Jays, there are problems with this team. Not enough starting pitchers, for instance, and the bullpen, God bless them, can't be asked to win a World Series.
Not enough starting pitchers like currently, not enough starting pitchers throughout the course of the year, because I would argue they have too many starting pitchers. Mm-hmm. And I would argue their bullpen has been pitching really well. So this time of year, you don't need starting pitchers. You need 3 starting pitchers. I think you look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee has like 1 starting pitcher, and they're the best team in baseball. I don't know. I don't know who you're referencing, but I would say
James Cahal, and I think he's been at 2 Blue Jays games this year.
Yeah, I would say he's not very knowledgeable about anything that's happening or anything that goes on with roster construction in the playoffs. There's so many off days built in now. Like you need 2 guys really. You need 2 dudes, and then a third, guy to bridge the gap to get to the next guy. And if you have to, you run a bullpen game like Jays did, or if you're fortunate enough to have a guy like Lauer or Scherzer or whoever in the bullpen, you can throw him out there for game 4 if you need to as a starter. So I think they're in a really good spot, especially now that they got some time to rest. They can reset and start back with Gossi game 1.
When we talk about that person who's saying, probably not knowing the most, it made me think of how at this time of year, like I was at almost every Blue Jays home game covering this team. And I'm happy to see so much more local press and other press from across Canada coming to cover this team. But they don't know the players. Some of them, they don't know the names. They're just showing up. And then we have access to the clubhouse now with cameras, which during the regular season, you're not allowed to. And I'm just kind of seeing the questions and everything that's happening. What was it like from the experiences you had in the postseason, just seeing so much more media attention, faces you're not seeing every day? And then some of the questions are like, are you trying to piss them off before or after a game?
There's just
No, it's part of it.
There's just dumb questions, and
I ask
it's
them
hard
often.
it's hard to not. I don't know. It's you try to not be an asshole about it because you think they're coming from a good place. Sometimes you think they're not coming from a good place, and then you can be an asshole about it. But they're just they're asked to go and cover the Jays that they have. They're not probably not that familiar with baseball and not that familiar with the team, but their job is asking them to do it. So you try to have a little bit of empathy for them, but it's just it's I got less good at it as my career went on, answering dumb questions. I don't know, maybe I just got salty and just didn't have patience for it anymore. But it happens, and you just got to kind of deal with it.
It's just a madhouse. Like I honestly am happy. I appreciate players like you and others that have patience for us that ask those dumb questions. But I felt bad for Dalton for a moment because we all know he's like a lovely rabbit. I think we're going with what he is.
He's
now.
a rabbit now. He's not a wombat anymore. He's a little baby rabbit.
Little baby rabbit. After game 2, when he had 2 home runs, I think there was maybe 10, 15 of us surrounding his locker. And what people may not know is you guys change in front of the media. I turn because I'm not a creeper. And I also think someone should have their privacy. People don't, and the cameras are facing. So oh, and he's really played, can I have a moment? So everyone backs up 2 inches. And I was I just turned and faced the other way. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Should have just dropped his towel. All right, fine. Here.
Oh, there was a lot of dropped towels. I just made sure my eyes were on the ground. But some
you don't
people
have
know.
you don't have to justify it. If it's locker room. If you come into the locker room, you know what you're getting. We know what's coming in the locker room. So we know that, it's our locker, so we're gonna do what we want to do, and we know people are gonna be in there. And you want to be discreet about it. Be discreet. If you got no shame, you got no shame. And that's
how intentional.
Dalton has no shame, by the way. He has zero shame, and so I'm sure he's a little shy around people who don't know, but he's one of a kind. He's one of a kind.
What is so good of that is Dalton has no problem walking naked around the clubhouse.
Zero.
How intentional is the music that is being played when a lot of media is going to walk in?
I was never the DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People would want me as DJ. It would be a lot of Goo Goo Dolls and
wait, what? Really?
Dave Matthews. Yeah.
Oh, you're the whitest guy I know.
Oh, you said it. I got Lil Wayne in my. I do love Lil Wayne. I am a big Lil Wayne guy.
Really? What's your favorite song?
Oh man. Let the Beat Build is probably one of my favorites, just because me and my college. As I hit the kill switch, that's how you let the beat build, bitch. Except there's a lot more bass to it. And that's me and my college roommates. We got a lot of moments with that song. Fireman is one of the all-time, it's a big, Fireman's more of a pregame song. But yeah, no, I am very white. I will confirm.
I'm so happy with this conversation. We'll get into just wait, Goo Goo Dolls. So if your playlist, we'll get into the fact that they can take on Detroit or Seattle in a moment. I just need to digest this for a moment. What?
My top
can you please?
Something About You, Level 42. Savage Garden.
Oh my, what?
Blues Traveler, Hook. Mumford & Sons. Judah and the Lion. I think The Long Way Home, Supertramp. Now that's a jam.
Oh.
Ride Like the Wind. These are all the top someone thing. Kyrie's a good one. Mr. Mister. What a name for a Mr. Mister. What a name for a guy or a band, whatever you want to call it. I got some Billy Strings on here, Pearl Jam, Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
And then we're getting kind of into the country. Oh, T.I., first one, T.I.
I
That
stopped
must have been my
listening
Atlanta days.
after you said Savage Garden. I think you were the first person in probably 15 years to tell me, like, what is the song Truly Madly Deeply?
That what? Yeah, that is the one. I don't know if that's the one I have. There's probably a reason. Actually, I have that one on here. I do like the song. No, I Want You. That's the one. That's the first one on my liked.
I
They only have 2 songs: "Truly Madly Deeply" and "I Want You."
I don't know the song I Want You. I'm not.
Yes, you do.
No.
You would know it. You would know it if you heard it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll look it up later. I probably would. I don't know. Right now I'm thinking about Bare Naked Ladies and I'm mixing the songs up, something about Chinese chicken. And
Yep.
I feel like that.
The Chinese chicken.
Have a drumstick, give me brain set again.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought that CD when I was like, I don't know when it came out. I was like 11 or 12 because I thought I was going to see a naked chick on the cover, and I thought it was a good excuse, like to, Mom, this is a great band. Will you buy me this CD? No naked ladies on the cover, unfortunately.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to listen to them when we were younger because they thought it was all about naked ladies, and then but great Canadian band. I know that. They're Canadian, and Ed Roberts, big fan of the Blue Jays. So,
sick.
Shout out to them. Shout out to you also. Them. And you know what? Shout out to Savage Garden because I don't think anybody has shouted them out in about 15 years.
Where are they from? I do know where they're from. I do know where they are from.
Europe? No. Where are they from?
Ananda.
Oh wait. Wait, is that your Australian accent? Oh, I was.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, this is your theater minor coming out.
It sure is.
So with your Australian accent, can you talk about the fact that for the ALCS, Game 1 Sunday in Toronto, they will be taking on Detroit or Seattle? We will find out Friday night.
Yep.
The matchups, where are we looking at?
This is
Australian accent.
Oh, well, I only know how to say, how you going, mate? And, stuff like, and I only know little greetings.
Yeah, let's stop
my accent game is not strong. I'll say that it's not strong.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, let's go back to your American accent.
But I think this series with the Tigers and the Mariners has fallen perfectly for the Jays because they have to play Game 5, and then so if Detroit wins, now you don't have Scooble until Game 3, so you get to miss him. You don't. You'd have to face him 3 times if he was fresh, and you go Game 1, Game 4, Game 7. Now you only got to face him once, maybe twice. Which is huge because the other guys that they're running out there right now are not very good. Being Detroit, the Mariners are, I think, a much better team. I would be cheering for Detroit to win that game. They're scrappy. Wherever team they do end up playing is going to be a much different team than the Yankees. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to be a lot like the Jays, where they're going to put the ball in play. They're going to cause some havoc on the bases. They're going to do things differently than the Yankees. So it'll be a different challenge for the Jays. But I would from a travel standpoint too, I would much rather, if I was on the team, be cheering for Detroit to win that game.
I'm definitely cheering for Detroit to win that game because it's so close and the Canadian invasion will happen.
Well, the invasion is crazy in Seattle.
In Seattle too. I know that, but also it's closer for me to go. So I'm happy. I'm happy with either way. I'm just over the moon.
I'm not going to Seattle.
I know you're not. So everyone root for Detroit because, well, you're probably not going to go to Detroit either. But stay tuned on our
direct flight from our little pole jumper airport here close by, which is nice. But it just depends on if the date's lined up. I'm a busy man. I got stuff to do. I got diapers to change. I got golf to play.
You got to make sausage little sandwiches with watermelon for your daughter in the morning. Listen, and then if you make cranky,
it's a full-time job to try to get my daughter to eat. So it's busy. I'm busy. I'm a busy man.
He's a busy man. Oh, I am so excited. But you know what? We have a little bit of time left. Let's do some extra fans on deck questions. It's now time for fans on deck. First question is for me.
Okay.
To you.
It's going to be a dumb question. Let's hear it.
Because I don't traditionally watch a lot of the American broadcasts when it comes to baseball, but I wanted to see how they presented the Jays game and what they were saying.
I wouldn't either if we had Schulman and Buck on my call.
Oh, yeah, they're the best. But I just want to see it. Honestly, I was really happy with what I saw. I thought it was really balanced coverage. And It's just there were so many commercials about doomsday kits. What the hell is going on in the U.S.? Like food rations. This will last for 25 years. What? Is this a thing?
Have you seen the thing in space right now that's coming towards Earth that's 40 or 4 miles long that they don't think is a comet that is changing directions?
No. Don't worry.
We're scared about it.
Wait, what? Oh.
We're scared about it. You should look into it. It's called it's like A40. I don't know. So it's like they named it something, but this Harvard professor swears it is something that was not naturally made, and it seems to be coming towards our moon now. So
buying food that will last 25 years will help you out with that?
Never know.
You never know.
You never know with aliens.
I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. We got problems. Everybody's got problems. We got problems. And
Everyone
apparently
has
our problems are they're trying to make money on that by selling people 25-year-old cans of beans.
It was so shocking to watch. I'm like, what is happening? And then for a moment, I'm like, do I need to be stocking up on food? And I was like,
I actually don't know what you're talking about. Maybe
really?
It's just,
okay. So
I'm
yeah,
just numb to it.
Yeah, you're probably good. It just happened. Like, honestly, this could be happening in Canada. I just haven't seen it a lot. But I think every commercial break, there was 1 or 2 ads about somebody trying to sell food rations that will last up to 25 years. And they're like doomsday kits. And I kind of looked into it for a second. And it is a thing where they are capitalizing on people's insecurities about anything and saying, like, they need this in a bunker down. Like, what is happening? Wait, what am I doing? And I live on the 16th floor of a condo. Like, do I need to be concerned? It was just random, but how about this? I can give you some baseball questions.
Okay.
But go look into this because maybe I'll buy you a food ration thing for your birthday.
I've been seeing commercials about erectile dysfunction and Crohn's disease, and there's one more.
Is that your algorithm?
I guess on my TV. There's one more. I'll think of the disease in a minute. But apparently, people only have 3 diseases because that's the only whatever they're pumping into our commercials.
I saw the Crohn's disease one. We are so off topic right now. I am sorry, but there was when I listened to the jingle and they're like, side effects equals death. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, the side effects of these are insane. It's
crazy. I think we're like one of the only countries that can advertise medicine. Now we're really getting off topic, but. It's a whole. We got an issue here with all that mess.
You know what? Let's talk about that another time because we're going to keep celebrating.
I'm going to be a politician. I told you I'm going to bring everybody together.
You are going to bring everyone together, and I'm going to be your PR person. And the first thing I'm going to do is make everyone a shirt that says "Whit loves poutine." Because when you're here, you're going to be eating it and you're going to love it. And I know you and Louis talked about this last episode, and you guys thought that was a terrible name, but it is one of the best treats out there. So this question is from Keith Duncan on YouTube. I know not all the time going to the mound visits is about baseball. What are a few of the funnier stories or conversations you've heard when the infield comes in for a visit?
That Greinke has some really good ones. And they were like really authentic when he would say it. I'm having a hard time placing like specifics of what he would say. I mean, a lot of times you're just going to give the guy a break. You're not talking like, he had to cover first and he had a 15 pitch at bat with the pitch clock. Now you just kind of got to keep rolling. So a lot of times you're just going like, hey man, like just coming to give you a break. What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Kind of thing. You gotta have the right pitcher to kind of dick around with them. Like I wouldn't go to Scherzer on the mound visit and be like, "Did you fart? I smell something over here, second base." Like I was like,
is that how you talk?
Yeah, that's how I talk in game mode. Zach Greinke had a great one year, and it was something about his cat. I can't think of what it was, but if I do, I'll video it and we can edit it into the. I don't know, but yeah, no, it's sometimes it's about baseball, sometimes it's not. You just guys being guys, really.
Both of these comments are from YouTube. Just for people to know, if you do submit fans on deck questions, a lot of times it'll be an Instagram story before we film. We'll say who's on the episode or what we're talking about, but we're taking them from YouTube. Some people are not on Instagram. Submit the questions however you want. We'll find them somehow. So this one's from Chelsea White, who says, Whit, Exclamation mark. Why do
One team.
batters? Yeah. Whit. Why do batters have pine tar on their helmets?
Because I think it looks cool, frankly.
Wait, really?
The reason is because they don't want it like caked on their bat, so they put it on their helmet so they can touch their helmet. But most of those guys now have pine tar on their bat too. It's just I think it looks cool, frankly, is the only reason.
I love that. What's going on with your shirt today? Normally we talk about a golf shirt, so you might as well talk about whatever the heck you're wearing today.
Go Cox, baby! Big weekend this weekend at LSU. I have like I don't know 30% optimism. My heart's kind of broken about this season, but we're still alive. We just have our next 5 weeks are against 5 of the best teams in the country. So
you gotta believe.
It's gonna be a gauntlet. Yeah, it's gonna be a gauntlet.
You gotta believe. I do remember when we had Ghazi on the episode, you said you were going to watch this at his house, but it turns out he's going to be a little busy.
Well, I was going to his house regardless whether he was going to be there or not.
Okay, so you're heading down there this weekend. Great.
No, we just if we would have been undefeated, I'd have been there, and I'd have been talking to you on a plane or in Baton Rouge. But instead, I'm sitting here in my house, sad about the Cox.
Well, good thing there's an erectile dysfunction thing for that. Game 2 will be on Canadian Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for this podcast because, Whit, I have a challenge I would like to submit to you that you are not going to do, but you should do it for the people that like to listen and watch this podcast. Thank you to anyone that's ever come up to me at a Jays game or commented about listening and ideas for this podcast. But Austin Wells, the catcher for the Yankees, had such a dirty duster, and yes, we're going to keep calling it a duster. Will you grow out your mustache until the Blue Jays playoff run is done?
Absolutely not.
Do it for the people.
I'm not like a Blue Jays like fan.
No,
like,
but just in general. Come on, it'd be fun.
I'm not. I mean, I played for the Jays. I love my guys. I cheer for my guys, but I'm not.
I just want you to grow out a mustache for the rest of the.
And I'm not. No mustache. Come on.
I know. I think it'd be hilarious. I just think it'd be funny. It's not. You don't have to be a Jays fan or anything. It's just, hey, playoff mustache.
No,
pretty sure your wife
you would do that because you want your team to keep winning, and
you want your friends to keep winning on any team.
I want my friends to keep winning, but I also have friends with Seattle. I have friends with Detroit.
So you wear a mustache, get a mustache for them.
With the Brewers. No, because then someone's gonna lose and do whatever. And look, if the Cox beat LSU, maybe now we can talk. But until then, no.
Whit, if the Cox beat LSU, you will not shave that until the following week.
We can talk. If they beat LSU, we can talk.
Just do it. Don't be a baby. But more importantly, tell the people what to do.
Like, that's this thumbs up or the heart.
Sorry.
Subscribe, follow. Write Lindsay a DM telling her how bad her questions are. Write me a DM with my name spelled right. I still am responding just less, and your comments and DMs have been better, so that's been good. They've been less dumb. You guys are getting it. I don't know what I'm saying.
You're just telling people subscribe,
have
a good time.
Have a good time. Enjoy our show. We don't know what we're doing. We're just talking.
We have no idea what we're doing, and it's quite apparent.
We did match, though. We did know about
that. We did match. I wore my Gamecocks color, and I can't wait for LSU to lose. I was rooting for them, but because we need to see that stash for the next episode. But yeah, go subscribe, comment on whatever social channels how you're feeling with the Blue Jays right now, or just how much you think Whit will look great with a mustache. He won't. Anyways, thanks for listening to another episode of 6 Inning Stretch. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more interviews, analysis, or Blue Jays news from the 6 Inning Stretch, make sure to hit the subscribe button below or watch more of our content over here.